You're rolling.
Scene 1, Act 1. Here we are, fellas. It's the beginning of the East Coast tour.
And ladies.
And ladies.
It's lady.
Lady. Ladies.
We'll edit out.
Dog. Dog, look. That's lady.
Oh, ladies, oh.
Yeah. So, Kate, how do you feel about us going away?
We will have a lovely time.
Oh, that's good of you, thanks.
And
It's
a
very
lot of
generous.
pie.
Yeah, we're hoping to eat a lot of pie. A lot of pie of many sorts.
Pie of life, really.
The pie, we're tasting the pie of, the humble pie of life. And we're baking and eating
The dessert of
the truth.
truth. Dessert of truth.
So, onwards and upwards. We're, actually, where are we?
Hardly.
Okay, so we're heading for the M40, I take it.
Hardly anywhere.
Hardly anyway, yeah. Very, very good.
Well, we'll be doing lots of jokes like that because we're middle-aged and I'm a dad, so dad jokes.
Right, a little further on towards Scarborough. So, what's the status?
Well, by schedule, we're a little further on towards Scarborough.
Great.
By geographical location, we're a little further away from Scarborough.
Right. There appears to have been a navigational error.
There's a discrepancy. There was a small lapse in concentration, causing us to go about 3 junctions too far away from us.
Okay, so we're now skirting Birmingham, heading towards the M1 from that direction, whereas we kind of wanted to skirt by Cov for memory lane reasons. That's not necessarily a problem, I suppose. We're not in any hurry.
There's been an accident on memory lane,
Yes.
so we're bypassing that.
There's been an accident on memory lane, so we're bypassing that. One thing I forgot to do in my initial greet video was to show you the status. We're now at 12:30, it's 9 degrees, and still pissing down with rain. The lady in the shop called me Duck, so that's a definite barometer of northernness.
There may have been some camera wobble there. Could have been ducky.
Yeah, I think it was Duck.
It'll
but
be
yeah.
ducky as we venture
as we
further.
get further, yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. It's an affectionate
It was very
term.
nice. It was endearing. Yeah, I liked it. It was nice. What's happened is we've joined the M18, which is exciting in itself, but also we've seen a sign for Scarborough, which is just a mere 38 miles away.
Scunthorpe.
I'm actually just going past the sign for Rotherham.
It was Scunthorpe.
Whence you hail.
The sign was for Scunthorpe.
What did I say?
Scarborough.
Where are we going?
Scarborough.
Where's Scunthorpe?
Okay, take 2.
Right, a momentous event has happened, and the momentous event is that we've seen a sign for Scarborough, which is a mere 38 miles, in fact more like 36 miles now, so we're going to be there.
Can I pull you up again?
Yeah.
I think you saw a sign for Scunthorpe.
Oh,
Fortunately, we realised the error before you drove us into Scunthorpe.
yeah, maybe we might visit there.
We haven't got a bed and breakfast booked in Scunthorpe.
No.
Putting cheese in it.
Kate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's always Kate's fault.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, we could smell her 30 miles out of Woodstock.
There was
so
an incident earlier which we didn't capture on. Would have been hard to capture its
would
full
have been
power
difficult to- yeah.
on camera.
There was a stench.
There was a very powerful stench,
Yeah.
and we were still well within the reach, weren't we? Of,
Yeah. Kate's farts.
its farts.
The
We can leave that conversation till later if you like.
Okay. Well, what am I talking about now? Turning off the motorway? Oh, that's more interesting.
It's not.
No, it isn't. Right, so we turned off onto the A614, folks.
And you can see that's different
Yeah,
already.
we're at green sign zone now.
See that green sign there?
Heading for Bridders and thankfully heading away from Goole, whence I once got lost. I once got lost in Goole, really needed a wee and couldn't find anywhere to go, and I just was in a housing estate, panicking, driving a van randomly, and it was just not a very nice time. And I went over the bridge, Humber Bridge I guess it is, and felt very far from home.
Well, you were.
And I was. Look at the sign, which you won't have seen, that says Beverley. There's apparently a place called Beverley. Would you Adam and Eve it?
Well, that led us on to another story, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Can you breathe enough to...
No! I can't breathe enough to describe the smell that we are smelling.
Oh!
Unbelievable! If any of you have ever smelt blood, fish and bone, which you put on plants, it's like that, but really intense.
It's still around.
I've put recirculated air on, but it's already got in the car before I found the button, and so we've got the stench. And naturally, Scott blamed me for farting, which he would, but
well, then my second thought was obviously Kate.
Yeah, we're about 100 miles from
outside
Kate.
the radius, aren't we? So it must have been an agri stench.
It's an agri stench.
We are we're on the road to Bridlington.
Look at the scenery.
The plan now is to
Past the farm now.
is to hack across this flat wasteland.
Yeah, this flat, featureless, fucking depressing,
felch hole,
fetid, agricultural scumland.
Until we get to the sea. We may keep driving at that point. Why don't I look at the map?
Well, I would, except I'm driving.
So why don't I look at the map?
Yeah, do that.
Can I turn that off?
No, you can do both. It's not. Your sat-nav won't get crossed. Anyway, the way I was going to go was Bridlington left, so up the coast. So let's go that way.
Yeah. Okay, we'll report back later?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell we've got a little bit irritated and grumpy about this.
You know why?
Might be the Haribo. No more Haribo!
That's why.
Bye. What are you doing? Don't do that! Don't experiment on me while I'm driving. We're in single digits!
What? Oh, Scarborough.
9 miles!
I can't film signs out here. It's just really...
Scarborough 9 miles.
Scarborough 9 miles. The fog's... Yeah, it's brightening up. It's brightening up. Look at that sky. Look at that. Can you see?
Is that blue sky? No, it's not. I think Primrose Valley's on fire.
That is where I stayed.
Is that where you
That's
stayed?
why I stayed in there. Oh, man.
It's the same childhood, because I stayed in there, but it was in Barnstable. It was
Yeah,
the same thing. Look at the horse!
That horse is just wild.
It's really depressed.
How are you feeling?
Brilliant. Now I've got Sabbath on the radio and
We're in Scarborough.
Scarborough, red bricks, kind of old Victorian buildings.
It's a
very
beautiful
nice.
place. Anyone who...
Look at that nicely trimmed hedge there. Nice bush.
Topiary. Anyone who's been to Scarborough will recognise
this famous road.
This road.
Famous Filey Road.
because they'll have seen it before.
And those that haven't been here won't.
Will feel a longing, I suppose.
Look, Queen Margaret's nursing home.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dolphin Bed and Breakfast. And look who's here. Mr. Scott Billings taking a picture. So, what are your impressions of the dolphin? Let's have a quick sweep of the room. Some pretty flowers there.
It's agreeable actually. It's clean. It's cut floors.
Yeah, and ceilings.
And ceilings. There's
Facilities.
running water over there. What you're about to witness is probably the most significant of all the events that will take place on this tour.
And the reason is
It's not a sexual act, even though we are
No.
in the bedroom.
So if that's what you've arrived here looking for, you're going to be disappointed. I am about to try tea. Drinking tea.
And then over here, oh, I can't even see where that's over here with the hairdryer.
Yeah.
Oh no, there it is. Kettle. Right, so I'm going to make this. I'm going to start making the tea, and we'll cut back in a moment.
I think.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous, a tiny bit excited in case I really like it, but I suspect I won't. And I'd need to ask you: do I need to finish this cup of tea, or can I taste it, and if I don't like it, reject it? What are the rules?
In Scarborough, there's an old bylaw that says if someone makes you a cup of tea and you don't finish it, then you get hung up in the town square for 24 hours. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
See you on the other side.
The kettle's boiling according to that light there. I can't hear any sounds. And there's mugs, which, with a nice little twist of irony, say coffee on them.
And tea.
Oh, sorry, yes, and tea. Tea, coffee. So, well, presumably you have to orientate it that way tonight.
Drink the tea.
Yeah, otherwise you'll be very confused. Right?
Otherwise you get hung up in the town square.
We're getting close to the time. The kettle's nearly boiled.
I've decided to have this biscuit in readiness to take the taste away if it gets too much. It's a Sten ginger biscuit, which is a nice touch.
So you've got that ready on that little table you've made there.
Yeah, the belly table.
The kettle's just popped, so at the time, as everyone knows, you must put the boiling water on immediately.
Right, everyone except me. I think coffee might be different in that respect.
Okay, we have to wait for something to happen now. Do you know what we have to wait for? Do you know what the technical term is?
The tea genie.
Mm-mm.
Brewing. Stasis. What are you talking about?
We have to wait for it to mash.
To mash?
Tea.
That is not true.
Tea's mashing.
I've never heard that before, ever.
I'll just give it a little dunk. Oh,
What are you doing?
I'm looking at
I thought you were a professional.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the camera and trying to film it. It's turning a nice deep brown though. Oh, the little tag. Look at that. The little tag's falling in. It's time. There it is. It's complete. It's quite a deep, clayey colour. So, anyway. I shall proffer it. Oh, the hand.
Thank you for my cup of tea.
The hand of experience reached out.
The smell. It's the smell. It's that waft of just disappointment. It smells of disappointment. Just kind of very hot misery. But very, very hot. I'm going in. Don't make me laugh, this is difficult enough.
It's quite hard filming it.
Okay. It's not that bad. Welcome to the Dolphin Guest House. where you join us after
Hours.
some hours of pints.
Hours. We
Hour.
were having a discussion about this. I was informing George that when in Scarborough, one should not say one should always say hour.
Okay.
But it is confusing because hour generally relates to the hour of the clock,
Yeah.
and R relates to something that belongs to us. So,
Yeah, but don't forget HOUR
hour.
and OUR and ARE. They're the three things that I would pronounce the same. No.
Yeah, but that's I mean,
Hour. I'd say hour. R and R.
which is an ineffective.
Yeah, it's
system.
useless. So we rocked in, and you needed a wee, which you did, and I was told that they were closing in an half hour because it was doms and darts and doms night.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, darts and doms night away. So the entire pub had gone to another pub to play darts and doms.
That's why there's no one there.
And they were closing at 10:30 because why would you stay open if none of your regulars were
Fucking lucky, because if we'd gone the week before,
there? Oh, we had to get the shit beaten out.
what would have? There'd have been darts and doms everywhere, wouldn't
We'd
there?
have had darts in our heads
And doms and
up our...
yeah.
And that wouldn't have been good for anyone. And the thing that I am going to ask you is this: how's your curry? Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me, bitch.
Okay, well, in case this ever, reaches the wider world, the Scarborough Tandoori is a very nice curry house, but
Yeah.
I made a mistake during the movement of my food and the meal. A whole chili contaminated the okra, and then I scooped the lot up into my mouth
Like a food hoover.
like a big food hoover, and then chomped down on the chili, which was so severe, so potent, so painful, powerful that I had to.
Sure.
I had to.
Sure.
I had to seek therapy there and then. Luckily, they had a counsellor.
A chili
Who
counsellor.
I chatted to upstairs near the toilet.
Yeah.
It's happened before, clearly. So they had employed a counsellor.
Chili counsellor.
Chili counsellor.
Food Heat Counsellor.
And they talked me down gradually from the cliff top of heat.
Mouth heat.
Anyway, it's nearly 11:15, so
Should we wrap up?
probably time for
Cleethorpes.
definitely time for Cleethorpes.
Yeah. See you in Cleethorpes. TTFN. Kiss.